Well, hello, Aries. This will be your reading for June, and I've set the intention before drawing the cards I asked what would be, or set the intention to show me through the cards the opportunities for spiritual growth that would be coming your way for each week. So there's 4.5 weeks in this month, so I went ahead and used all 5 decks. So we have this first week. Now, granted, it's a full moon week, but not till Friday, but it'll be the full moon at 15 degrees Sag. So wherever that lands in your chart, you can expect to have, more illumination with the full moon, something coming to a head, something coming full circle, or greater awareness, of course, same thing as the illumination, but maybe some completion too. But then again, with these cards, I'm seeing it as more of, and this may or may not relate to the full moon, but I kind of think it is. With the Temperance card, we have the energy and consciousness of opening up to everything that you want, and moving back and forth between yes and no. So in the highest realms, in the highest energy and consciousness, I believe, the way I read the Temperance card, of course it does mean patience. It does mean going a little more slowly than you'd like, because you're waiting sometimes. But in the highest realms, I see it as being the integration of 2 yes currents that come together and create something that's even bigger. Like when 2 people get married, or 2 people decide to enter into a relationship, or 2 people in a partnership. If they're both coming into it with as big of a yes as the other, then it creates a third, entity that's held in divine cosmic intelligence, divine light. That's why there are the angel wings back here. And, so we're in the realm of archangels. And so the best you can do to spiritually grow this week, especially in the combination with the 2 of Pentacles, is to really, really get in touch where you may have a bit of a no current that's bumping up against the yes current for the thing that you're trying to create. Because this is the way all of creation works. When the yes currents come together, that third thing is created, and it doesn't matter if it's a artwork, a recipe. It doesn't matter, if it's just writing out a check to pay some bills, or paying your bills online. It's that energy of moving towards something that you want, and to the degree that you really want it, it will come through within time. Things always take time here on Earth. Dagnabbit. But so if you're not getting what you want as quickly as what you want, sometimes it's just to be patient. Sometimes that's all this card means, is just to be patient. And in combination with the 2 of Pentacles, of course, it means kind of juggling. Like, is there too much on your plate? So really, does something need to be scaled back? And do you need to be more patient with yourself? Because we're only human. We can only handle so much at once. And knowing our boundaries and our limitations are, that's a part of life and mastering life. So it could be that for some of you, scaling down so that you don't risk burnout, especially, for you fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sag, you're definitely full of passion, and the life force wants to come through and create. I would say a lot. Often, you guys you're not the slackers of the zodiac, that's for sure. I don't know if anybody really is, but I mean, you guys might have a harder time slowing down, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So this week may be just about slowing down, fine-tuning, what it is that you really want, going towards the yes, looking at the no in case, if you do have a no inside of you, such as a fear of failure, a fear of too much, especially overwhelmed with this card. I think that could be it. And then asking yourself, well, is it really true? Is that really true that I can't handle that much? And it might be. And it might be that you need to honor your humanity. And then other times it's just, no, you can handle it. It's just that it's so new. It could be so big and so, different than what you're used to that it could be a little scary. So whatever it is for you, the way to spiritually grow within the Temperance card is just to open up to the law of mutuality, where you're open to receiving what you're putting out, and you know that you deserve to be met. So as long as your intentions are coming from a good place and you're working for the greater good of the whole, whether it's your family, your job, any creative endeavor that you're going after, that positive intention to to keep working at it, face whatever it is within that is holding you back, looking for any false beliefs that may be holding you back, and juggling that, bringing in and out. And of course, you all know that it's an inside job. We create from the inside out, and the universe is bound by law to receive us. So but it's slower. It's there's downtime here on Earth, which can sometimes be a little frustrating. But I don't know. With this, I see it's like, just be careful about spinning a lot of plates this first week. And if you are, by that full moon on Friday, especially with it being in the sign of Sag, one of your fellow fire signs, you'll know whether it's too much or not. If it's too hard on your body, if it's more than you can, muscle yourself into, whatever it is, then you'll know by the end of the week. I mean, and it's always good to grow, whether it's a muscular project or just more of a mental. We can all learn to, it's always good to stretch and grow. There's nothing wrong with that. But if it's at the place where you can't recuperate over a good night's sleep every night, then we know that's maybe a little too much. And we learn our limitations from there. That's part of being human, especially with the Temperance card there. So, okay, so then in the second week, we've got the energy here of working hard, tending to business. Maybe there's lots of projects going on, or maybe you're fine-tuning a craft that you've been working in. That's, I think, just wonderful energy for no matter what it is, whether it's learning. It could be learning, because the Eight of Pentacles is often the apprentice card. But coupled with the King of Pentacles, we're in the realm of mastery here, like mastering. I mean, I see it as working really hard, and then something comes into a level of mastery where you can sit back and go, wow, look what I did. I can't believe I did it. I did it and it's great. I love it. So the Pentacles too are always, we're in the realm of resources, money, health, values, especially what we value. So I don't know. I just feel like I keep getting the intuition that it has to do with fine-tuning some details that free up your energy so that you can relax into what you already have. And especially coupled with, the Two of Pentacles the week before, I really get that clearly that many of you will be, feeling into what you can handle and what you can't, and then because of that, going forward in a more clear, conviction that this is the way I want to do it. This is how I want it to, this is how I want to set up my workstation. These are my work hours. This is what I will and will not do. I tried that way and it didn't work, so I'm coming back in. I'm not giving up. This card doesn't give up and never gives up. But you just keep working into it, and then at some point you're in your mastery where you can sit back and look at, okay, I like it. This is good. This works. Then into the third week, at the end of the week here on the 20th, it's the summer solstice, and then we also have a new moon solar eclipse, which is really interesting this year because it's at, of course, the solstice is always at 0 degrees of Cancer, but it's a huge new beginning. And how beautiful that the Sun card came through for you guys. I mean, this literally is a summer card, one of the summertime cards. But I see this as being a very, energetic opening. There's a lot of vitality. There's a lot of, lots of energy. I think you're going to have lots of energy this third week, and you're going to be busy. You're going to be working. You're going to be shining your light in whatever way it is that you shine your light. And that particular moment is like being with your light and shining it out, as within, so without. And the whole universe comes through to help you, to rejuvenate and help you, just be in your power, basically. Just be in your power. It's a very happy, joyful type of card. It's playful. In the traditional Rider-Waite, there's a baby or toddler, I don't know, little one riding on a horse. So to me, the horse is all about power, and the baby is about, having fun, remembering what it was like to be a child, and being in your creative flow, your creative self, and not censoring yourself in any way. And because of all that energy that may flow through you, especially during the daytime working hours, I really get that naps might be in order, nap time. Kids do that, right? They get up and play. They go like Mach 90 for 4 hours or 3 hours or 2 hours or whatever it is, and then they have to take a nap. And then they get up and they go again. So it could be that kind of a week, or it could also be meditation. The Four of Swords is either rest or meditation. It's often, it's not necessarily the Dreamtime card, but when you take a nap or you're sleeping at night, we dream. So that may very well come through. But it's most of all nurturing yourself, like creating that nest, especially with this artwork. I love the way Chris-Anne created this. There's the constant nesting that is part of the creative process. Part of the creative self-expression with the sun can grow. And when you open up to that much energy and you're living from that much life force going through your body, you often have to, rest and integrate. So nesting, napping, meditation, all of that is in order for the week. And honestly, I would say it's a really good way to live. Take it from the kids, right? Okay, and then the fourth week, of course we have Sunday and Father's Day here. So this may be a week where there's a lot of surrender. I love the artwork here where she's hanging with, in the silks, and she gets to, she's not from her ankles in the traditional, hanged man, but with this one, there's more control. There's more, surrendering to the divine intelligence, surrendering to the way the cosmos are created, and that we are literally held in a web of love. That's the true natural divine order of the universe. And when we don't see that, it's because, we as humans have, we haven't known that divine order. We haven't known the spiritual principles that hold everything in place, and we're, going against the grain, so to speak, to put it mildly with, some people, which we can see on the news and politics nowadays, right? Yeah. So with the Hanged Man here, let's to bring it back to our personal lives and keep it out of the ethers there with the politicians. With the Hanged Man, it's always about looking at things, or looking at least one thing, one area of your life from a different angle. And And when you can do that and you can surrender to seeing things from a different angle, it brings in new ideas and new passions. And so these two cards together are really interesting, just like these two cards in the third week. Like there's a lot of, looks to me like the first two weeks are very, a lot of work, like there's work, there's hard work. And then the third week comes in and it might be more creative and, integrating new things that you want to create, and then surrendering and opening to even more. This may be, surrendering to, it's Father's Day, how do we honor our dads? Whatever you do, don't forget. It's Father's Day on Sunday, and, make sure you do your best to show the love that they deserve. And, goodness knows all the dads out there taking care of all the families. It's, that's what they do. They love and they care and they work hard and they are responsible for the family. Along with the mom too. But I think dads. Well, I don't know. I can't really put it on one gender or the other who feels more responsible. But boy, we need them both, right? So to honor the father is definitely there on Sunday, and then but through the rest of the week, I just feel like it might be a little more of an easygoing week where you surrender into your passion and what it is that you want to create, how you want to express yourself. The Page of Wands is all about messages. It could be that you get a new message. It could be that you surrender and you let go, and then some message comes in, either from someone else or through you, of course, and it may be that you hear the same message 2 or 3 times and you go, oh yeah, I can go with that. It's hard to deny when you hear the same message a couple times, right? Especially from 2 different sources. And if it feels right, then that's the way to move forward. But she's all about putting herself out there, she or he, whatever, no gender here, but, putting yourself out there, knowing that the universe can guide you into the experiences that you want to have. Because, of course, to experience life is the way to, that's the way to go. We need to experience everything in order to grow. So now with the last week here, it's just, I just drew a couple extra cards for the 28th, 29th, and 30th. It might be just the way to kind of round out the month. But it's, so there's a few different ways to read this. You guys will have to tell me how it turned out for you. With the Two of Swords, it has to do with a decision that needs to be made, but you may not be able to make it yet. Sometimes it's that you really do need to make the decision, and you really do need to take the blindfold off and not be in denial, because to just sit and never make a decision just creates, it takes you out of the position of power. Even if you make the wrong decision, you can often change it, but coupled here with the Ten of Swords, there's something here that's a painful ending, I think, that you're ready to walk away from. So this may or may not be as dramatic as these cards look, being that it's just for a few days here. We're talking about just the last few days of the month. If you can make the decision, if you can't make the decision, maybe it's because you need more information. Maybe you're not ready to make the decision. Or maybe you're afraid to make a decision because it would mean you'd have to walk away from something, and you're afraid that would be too painful for you or for others. So again, drop in, be true to yourself, and then put out into the universe what it is that you want to create, what it is that you want to experience, and be willing to make those decisions that you need to make in order to let go of what doesn't work anymore. Because this card, the Ten of Swords, is definitely about, now it doesn't have to be painful, but it always means walking away from something that doesn't work anymore, or you're just done. There's something that you're just completely done with. But it's not like the World card where you've come full circle with some project and it's really happy. This is not a happy card. So whatever hard decisions you've been trying to make that prevent you from having all the happiness that you deserve, it's time to let those go if you can, you know, and as gently as you can, and as loving and as forgiving of all parties as you can, or of all, you know, if it's a project and it's just not working anymore, it might be painful to say goodbye and to let go. This could come with sometimes when well, you know, of course our graduations nowadays, but we are in the month of graduation here for some people. And, you know, they can't even get together to graduate. So this could play out, you know, where you don't get to say goodbye the way that you want to. You don't get to make the decision that you want. It's a painful, you know, decision, or it's a painful way to say goodbye. Because you don't get to hug, you don't get to throw your hats in the air together. Well, you get to do it over Zoom or Skype or, you know, all the other wonderful, you know, internet avenues that we can use. And so, yeah, so that may be what that's about there. Again, you know, let me know. And so that's it. So this, of course, is for your Aries Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. So be sure to watch the other two videos that correlate to your Moon and your Ascendant. Unless you're a double Aries or a triple Aries, then this would be it. But if you watch the other two, you'll get more of a rounded, you'll get a lot more info, because the Ascendant, it has to do with, you know, what we magnetize into our experience, because it's literally our body. And then the Moon, whatever our moon sign is, that can be, you know, what, sometimes it's your public persona, other times it has to do with like the ego filter that we see life through, and, you know, in this way we can make adjustments. And then other times it's just how we feel about, you know, things that are going on. It's usually, I believe it's a combination of all three. So I think that's it. Thank you for subscribing and all the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And we'll be back next month in July. Okay, have a really good June. Take good care. All right.